Good morning, I am already on the bike and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really quite sick. However, I still want to do some things here, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna attempt to first go to Casino Peak. If I feel like it, then I might go to Osmania Peak. I think Casino Peak is like a 15-minute like hike, walk-ish, and Osmania Peak is between 20 and 30. In my state, definitely 30. But the problem is, one, the road up there is quite sketchy. Afterwards, I'm hoping to go to KAWASAN Falls, but depending on how I feel. But the weather situation is less than optimal because, let me show you. It's quite dark over there, and I think that's what's headed my way. So I'm gonna attempt to head up and hope I don't get wet. Also, it's not that warm. I should have brought more clothes, but I am not gonna drive half an hour back, so we're just gonna go with this. I don't know what to do, so I'm about 10 to 15 minutes away from Casino Peak. But I'm in a tank top and shorts. I'm absolutely freezing. I'm soaking wet because it's been raining. It feels like a failure not to go up, and going down will take me another hour and a half, so I will be sicker than today, tomorrow probably. But I don't know. I am pretty close to a town, so I might just see if they might have like a cafe or something where I can just sit, as long as there's no air conditioning. I don't think there will be here. Going back down for an hour and a half, I don't think that's gonna work either. So I think my best bet is to go there and at least wait out the rain. I don't think it's gonna stop raining here in the mountains today, but I think I'm going there first, to at least be dry. Despite how sad it makes me, I've decided not to go up. I was about 10 minutes away from like the base of the trail up, but at that point I was pretty much all the way up in the clouds, so you couldn't have seen anything from up there. While I do think that besides the view, the hike itself would have been cool, especially Osmania Peak because that one is longer. I think I've done the right thing by going back. I will say though, the sun is starting to come through, which is kinda annoying because I wonder if I should have waited it out, but the sun is coming like through the clouds, or like not from behind the clouds, but it's like still behind the clouds. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's still extremely cloudy. I think what I might do is I'm gonna head back to like the main street area. Like the main road aside, like beside the coast, which is gonna take me at least an hour, I think. And then depending on the weather, I might stop at KAWASAN Falls. I'm not gonna do the canyoneering while I'm here, but I do want to see the falls, which I think you can do, so I might do that. But first, let's head down the mountain. So I've made it pretty far down the mountain and I'm less cold or miserable, so I thought I would better explain. Basically what happens is there's paved roads and there's unpaved roads. Now the unpaved roads are, if you just go slow and steady, you'll make it fine. But together with the rain, it became like muddy and kind of slippery, and at first it was fine because it was not going uphill too much, but eventually it got pretty like steep and there's no way this bike would have gone up there, so I thought, okay, I will have to walk up there, which I think would have been like a 20 to 30 minute walk like the rest of the way maybe. But because it was raining and it was cold, and especially because you couldn't have seen anything from the top. That for me was not an easy decision, but that for me like made the decision. If I knew that I could have seen something from the top, I think I would have continued. But because everything is in the clouds, there's no way that you could have seen anything. So I regret not seeing the top of either casino or Osmania Peak, at least one of them. But I know that right now was not the time to go, because even if you'd gone to the top, you couldn't have seen anything. Yesterday was the day to go, but we ended up not going. So I guess technically tomorrow night I have to be in Cebu City, so I guess tomorrow morning I could try again, but then I would have to pay for another day of the bike. I don't know. I think I'm now just gonna head to KAWASAN Falls and then see what else I'm gonna do for the day. Made it to KAWASAN Falls. The guy charged me 50 pesos to park, which I think is a lot, but I wanted to see it anyway, so I'm just gonna do it. Plus I didn't go to the peak, so I've got money to spend. So I'm seeing quite a few people who finished canyoneering here at KAWASAN Falls, which is the activity that I'm not gonna do, but half of them are holding their bags like they're 85 in Avernia, and the other half are completely red, I guess from slamming into the water. I think it's an action-packed activity. So I paid 50 for parking and then 200 for the entrance fee, which is steep, but I think this is one of the, if not the most popular waterfall here. So, and I really wanted to visit. So it's a bit of a walk to get there, not a hike, more of a walk, but I think it'll be worth it. It's currently 1 p.m. so there is an upside to... Wait, I gotta show you the view. So there is an upside to not going to the peaks, because apparently the cutoff time for KAWASAN Falls is 3 p.m. and it's now 1, and I think if I had gone to all the peaks, or like both, I wouldn't have made it here. So apparently if you visit and not go canyoneering, you can only see the first level, which nobody tells you before you enter, but that's okay. So they do a quick briefing before you get there, you know, no smoking, no littering, no vandalism, all that fun stuff. And then you can only stay for 3 hours. You can swim and there's life jackets there if you want them, so it's really nice. So that was KAWASAN Falls. Worth it? I don't know. I think the fact that you can only go to level 1 and level 2 and 3 are for canyoneering. Somewhere I get it. Like, I would understand that you weren't allowed to swim there because people are canyoneering there. I think at least like let people go there. If they want to swim, they have to go to the first level. If they want to watch, they can just go to level 2 and 3 as well, because you do pay 200 for it. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna head back to the bike, and I think bike back to the city. I have to switch hostels anyways, and I'm definitely gonna watch the sunset tonight at the beach. Okay, so I've just spent about 3 hours in bed. The sun's about to set, so I'm gonna watch the sunset. Might go back to the Greek place for some food, then I'm going straight back to bed. Luckily tomorrow is a travel day, so usually I don't really mind travel days, but tomorrow I don't mind, especially because I don't think I have it in me to go out and explore anywhere. So yeah, let's just make the most of what I can for tonight. This place is so crazy. It has everything, everything, like from hardware things to kitchen to toys, plushies, travel things, electronics, everything.